Hi guys, today...
Start again.
You start, you do it for me.
Hi guys.
Hi guys. And welcome to day 10 of our advent calendar. So thanks to my sister for doing the intro for me. She has it down pat.
$10 per view.
She wants to be paid for the intro. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about, unless you have anything you want to add.
What are we talking about? I'd like to know.
Today
We're talking about craft.
Okay, so today we are going to be working on the Christmas tree. You saw
Yes, Christmas. I forgot about that.
Why? Okay, so before we start today's tree, we are just looking at one that I did last year. And so this is kind of based off this tree. So, and I feel like I would add to that a little bit if I was doing it this year. But so today we are going to do sort of a revised version of this tree. And we're going to do it in a little smaller format so that I can fit it all into this video for today. But all these principles apply so you can make the tree larger if you want to. So we're starting with kind of the shape of a Douglas fir or one of those trees that has like the very sparse branches at the top and then it fills out towards the bottom. So we start with just the top point and then we are starting to add some branches here. So again, a few sparse branches and you can see that we're kind of alternating the sides, so we're not putting them exactly opposite each other. One might be down a little bit. And then I don't want to use pencil, so I am using these kind of points to map out where the tree's going to go. So I'm just basically doing sort of little pine needles or something like crow's feet. So just one middle strand and then a couple of branches pointing out from that. So I am using the Lichen and Sage from Earth Mineral Arts, and again you could use, if I was using the other palette, I actually prefer Fuchsite and I would be putting it in this palette. I think I'm going to put it in this palette. I've been really missing it and I have like maybe 4 greens in here and none of them sort of take the place of that for me. So, but if you mix a green with a little bit of ochre and a white, you will get a similar colour to this with the Lichen and Sage from Earth Mineral Arts. So, okay, so I have been thinking about decorating a tree with mint green. I think it would be so pretty, like shimmery mint green baubles and ribbons, and I've also been thinking about making a powder blue one, so we're going to kind of paint something like that today. So I'm using the softer green on the tree because it's when you flock the tree it takes on a softer tone like this. So I think a year or 2 ago we got some off Amazon and then you just sort of sprinkle it on the tree through like a strainer and then it sort of looks like snow, but it sort of more acts like just to soften the dark green colour. It also gets everywhere, so it's not something that we do every year. And so now I am using the Duochrome Aquamarine, I think, by Daniel Smith. So you can either, depending on what you have, you can mix a little bit of pearl white with a cobalt turquoise, or like the Sennelier Emerald Green or the Fuchsite and the cobalt turquoise to create a colour like this. If you have the Duochrome Lapis Sunlight, which I really love as well, you can use that and mix that with a cobalt turquoise to make a similar colour. So you can see here I'm just doing the rug underneath the Christmas tree here, or like the Christmas skirt. So I am I'm mixing a little bit of the Sleeping Beauty turquoise, is the one that I have in this palette. And so I mixed that with a bit of the Schmincke Silver, which is also similar to the Pearl White. So one of the reasons that I don't always talk about what colours I'm using in this palette is because they're just slight variations of what's in my regular palette. So, and I don't know if I'm as comfortable with some of them as the ones that I really love in my regular palette. But I just think this palette really lends itself to this kind of Christmas season and has like a lot of shimmery and sparkly colours in it. That's why I'm using it. Okay, so the next colour that I'm using here is the Sylvia from Nibs Watercolor. So this is the way that I found her shop. She makes beautiful handmade watercolours, and this holographic silver is what I was searching for when I found her shop. And you may know that I really love her shop. The shipping is expensive at the minute. I think that, you know, this year has driven that price up. But somebody said on Instagram, it's like receiving a little carnival in a package, and it really is. They are very beautiful colours, and I don't think you'll be disappointed, you know, if you try them. So, I will do a video about my top 3 favourite handmade watercolour shops, and that's definitely one of them. And I have no affiliate links with them. They are just shops that I have been a customer of over and over, and I really love love them and keep coming back to them. Okay, so you can sort of see where we're up to with the tree here. I really love the colour palette at this stage. I'd kind of love to try and do like a white tree with sort of snow on it and some of these soft colours. But one of these days I'd just love to make powder blue the holiday colour scheme and just decorate with it. I think it'd be really nice. So anyway, now we are, so I've gotten the lemon yellow and I have mixed it a little bit with the green to give it a slightly different tone in the tree, and we're just sort of sprinkling some fairy lights through the tree. So because we are using watercolour, we need to put all the details in before we do the branches. So you can continue to put as many baubles and decorations in the tree as you want, and then once you've find that you've you like the placement and all the baubles, you can start to do what I'm doing now, which is filling in the branches. So you can see I'm still kind of stippling. I have and so it's still kind of the same like bird's feet, what I'm sort of doing there with the brush for the branches. But what was I going to say? I have sped a lot of this up because this video just for some reason today has taken a lot of time and sort of getting it to come together. So even if I was to leave it to upload at normal speed, it would take it's taking quite a long time to upload. I guess everyone's uploading at the minute, so I just thought it would be best to condense it. Anyway, so I am continuing on, and you can see that I don't mind if the bits of the yellow bleed into the sage green colour, because it just creates more of that glow on the tree. Okay, so you can see here that up until now we've been doing the dry, so the wet on dry technique. We have the wet watercolor and the paper's dry, but now we're doing wet on wet technique. So we are wetting the paper, and then I'm applying the watercolor into the wet wash. So, and you can see here that I am leaving room between where the tree and the watercolor meet. I'm not fully bringing the watercolor up there. I'm letting it soften into the water. So one thing I want to point out here is you can see on the left hand side how I did the vertical strokes there. And so one thing you want to do when you're painting, you can see like I keep doing vertical strokes, but eventually I will move those across and move those out. So I'm not scrubbing the paper, but I am helping the watercolor to flow where I want it to sit. So it does matter to the finished piece, you know, your brush strokes and which way you make the, you know, watercolor sit. So you can see up in the top right hand corner there's a little bit of a brush stroke there, and by the end of this, while the paper's still wet, I do add some more watercolor and, you know, smooth that out. Okay, so the colours that I am using around the very edge is the Watercolor Seymour Blue John. I really, really love this colour. And then the one right around the tree is the Duochrome Lapis Sunlight to make the tree glow. So you can use a Daniel Smith, like a pearl white, pearlescent white is Daniel Smith one, or something like that. In this palette I have the Schminker Silver, which I really love as well. And then you can mix that with a little bit of a green to make a similar thing to the Duochrome Lapis Sunlight. And then in between those two, I'm kind of softening them together with the Winsor & Newton Smalt, which is a purple leaning blue. So it is my version of an ultramarine blue. I really love it. And so those are two colours that I would definitely recommend in this palette, the Watercolor Seymour Blue John and the Winsor & Newton Smalt. And then obviously I love this Duochrome Lapis Sunlight. But some of the colours I have because I am just trying a different version of something in my regular palette, so they're not necessarily my favourites, you know, but I wanted to try them out. So I just want you to know that, because I still love all the colours in my other palette are my, you know, favourites, and so, you know, I still love all those. I don't want you to think you need to go out and buy new colours, but, you know, I wanted to extend myself and see if there was anything like my art was missing, and so a few of these colours I really have enjoyed. I think here you can see the holographic nature of the Nibs watercolours a little bit better. The one on the left there that's sort of glowing is Katia, and the one where we're using today is Sylvia. So I used the Shimmering Blue FW ink for the bows around the ornaments here, and I'm not sure if it showed up very well on the camera, but that is all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and love seeing all of your, so if you do any of the tutorials, you can put the hashtag HerballyWingHeartPaints on Instagram, and I love seeing how you guys interpret these and create them. It's really gorgeous. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye.